Hey guys, it is Sim Rover. Welcome back. Happy to see y'all. Glad we're here. Today we're going to be focusing on why Transcendence matters. It's not a feature to be overlooked in Bleach Brave Souls. So I'm going to drive home why it's so important. Now, this is not a video of how to do Transcendence. This is me talking about how, after you've done everything, why it makes a difference. No, go away. My cat's like, can you give me attention, please? Please? No. Go away. Shoot. Alright. So, we're going to go through each attribute character that I'm focusing on. And so, for Orange, it's not my best build. Hikone clearly does not have the Transcendences unlocked, because he's a really rare character to come by, and you have to spend spirit orbs on that. I don't have time for that. So I don't have a good character for Orange just yet. Now I have been working on the character links. So the stats that matter when it comes to damage, you want to look at focus and spiritual pressure. According to a Reddit post that I attached to a previous video in the description, maybe I'll put in the video description for this video too, if y'all want to see it. But basically it says, once your focus stat hits 1,000, anything over that gets applied to your spiritual pressure damage. Now that is good. That's good. Anything over 1,000 for focus starts working towards damage with your spiritual pressure, because it gets so high. Now, I don't know about the formulas behind it all, but that Reddit post did a very detailed insight of explaining that's what happened. So, take a look at his stat. Focus, if you add up everything, his focus comes out as 562. That's not over 1,000. So, that's not going to do us too much good, unless, again, you have his focus maxed out. So if I got one more duplicate of him, I could do that and make him have max damage for spiritual pressure, supposedly speaking. And then for spiritual pressure, we have 3,007. Now you may be thinking, holy crap, that is a massive amount of spiritual pressure. It is, but his focus stat is not high enough to make that even better. And plus, the character links don't have their spiritual pressure maxed out yet. Their base stat increase is not maxed out. So his is not as high as it could be. Okay? So with him as a foundation, let's move to Sajin. He was the first one that I focused on. Now, as you can see, he is purple. What is it? It's purple at the top there. And he has level 10s across the board. Now remember, we're talking about damage. So look at that focus. That's redonkulous. So if you add that up, Sajin's focus is 3,748, which is really good. Super good. And that's well over 1,000 for focus stat. That's 2,748 focus over 1,000 focus. And that is gonna do you, my friends, it's gonna do you a lot of good as far as the damage goes. And then for spiritual pressure, if you add that all up, it comes out to 3,723. So that's about 700 above Hikone's. And his is completely maxed out. The character links, I have Shunsui, the Hollybell's Fractionless girl who looks like a snake, and then Hollybell, the blue Hollybell. So I have those three character links. All their stats are maxed out, except for their focus, because focus does not carry over for character links and Transcendence. So that's why that's so high. And then his we did the spiritual pressure already. Okay, so that gives you a good understanding of his. As for blue, And so we did orange, we've done blue. Who's next? Bankai Shinji. Now, as you will notice, similar with Hakone, I don't have any duplicates of him. So my only option was to max him out. Now he is for red attribute. Okay. Now, similar with orange, I don't have a character that I'm over the moon about, that I like their attacks. Like Sajin, he's really fun to play as. He had max Transcendence. Of course I was going to choose him. I enjoyed him. Shinji, he's great. He's fun. But his Transcendence isn't maxed. There weren't any red characters I had that were fun to play as and had enough Transcendence for me to make them my main. So instead, I focused on the character links, who can inherit into the stats of the character involved. So Shinji, he has max link slots and is inheriting the base stats, 20% base stats of the character links I used. And let's go ahead and look at his. His focus is at 568. So that's literally just 6, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's only 6 higher than the focus that Hakone had. So that's not great. You saw Sajin's 3,748. Yeah, this is nothing. Shinji's is nothing compared to Sajin's. And then as far as the spiritual pressure goes, Shinji has 3,464 currently. Now, it's important to note, I have not maxed out the spiritual pressure for the character links, so that can still improve, okay? But I don't have time to focus on red right now, so there's that. Alright, next. Purple. Toshiro, I've told you guys in recent videos, he is the one I'm focusing on right now. And go ahead and take a look at his Transcendence. He has level 10, 6, 5, 5, 10 there. So I'm still working on him. He's a work in progress. I can show you the character links later, but let's just look at what stats he has right now. So as far as the spiritual pressure goes, his spiritual pressure still has room to go up because of the character links. His spiritual pressure is already level 10, but the character links can improve that stat for him. So I'm still working on that in the meantime. But his focus is at 3,762. Now, Toshiro, compared to Sajin, this Toshiro is newer than Sajin. Sajin's a bit older, but Toshiro's a little newer of a character. That's important to pay attention to. So, Sajin's focus was 3,748. Toshiro's 3,762. So that's only 4, 5, 6. That's about 15 focus higher than Sajin's. And Toshiro's a newer character. So the point I'm trying to make is an older character is not useless. An older character can be just as effective, if not better, than a newer character. Now, Toshiro's a little bit better in focus by 15 stats focus. That's not much at all. That's nothing. Now, if there's 100 difference, yeah, that'll do something. But if it's less than 100, I pay no attention. That's not that big of a deal. So, then his spiritual pressure, Toshiro, is at 3,504. So you might be asking, well, why is Sajin's 3,723 spiritual pressure higher? That's because I already had the blue character links spiritual pressure is maxed out for their base stats. Purple, I'm still working on. So purple has about 200 more spiritual pressure to add to Toshiro's stat. So by the time Toshiro's maxed out, he's going to be having a similar a similar spiritual pressure as Sajin. So somewhere around 3,700 once that's all maxed out. And notice that's not much of a difference. Okay? Tashiro's a newer character. Sajin's older, but Sajin's still great. So older characters can be good. Just make sure it's a character you're happy with. Okay? And now, well, green is one I did max out already. After Sajin, I focused on her. Retsu is a older character as far as 2 Christmases ago. So 2 Christmases ago, she was a banner character. And let's take a look at her Transcendence, level 10 across the board. And there's her stats. Okay, focus is at 3,756. So, as you can see, that's not much different from Toshiro, who has 3,762, and then Sajin had 3,748 focus. So all these guys are in wiggle room of 20 points from highest to lowest. Like, it's not that much of a difference. And she's an older character. She's powerful because I use Transcendence. So an older character like her who's fun to play as is still great. Now her spiritual pressure is at 3,722. So compared to Sajin, who his character links are all maxed, he has 3,723 spiritual pressure. So compared to Retsu, that's only 1 point difference. So that spells it out right there, guys. If there's anything you get out of this, older characters like Retsu, Toshiro, Sajin, and even Hiko, he's kind of getting old, but those characters who you might think, oh, that sucks, I got a duplicate of them, that's not necessarily bad. Okay? So you can still use older characters, is the point I'm trying to get at here. So take that as a will. Transcendence matters. It makes a massive difference in the damage you do in the game. Now, I'm not going to open my game right now because it's going to take you to the title screen where it shows some numbers on there that I do not want anybody else to have. So I'm going to have to end the video like this. I was hoping to go through some of the character links I had for each of those characters and show you who I was looking at and who I maxed out for character links, but we can do that for another video. But I hope that was helpful, guys. If that's anything, remember, this is Simmer over here, and I'll talk to y'all next time. Ciao.